Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and this and that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. Today I'm excited to bring you guys the full moon in Sagittarius transit, okay? This particular transit of the full moon going into Sagittarius is going to be quite an awakening one. You know, this is going to be a time where emotionally you are feeling like taking a higher road, a different path, seeking out the unknown and broadening your horizons, both physically and spiritually. And you'll be feeling this on a more emotional level. Now, the full moon in astrology, especially transit-wise, offers the time of culmination. You know, you may find that during this full moon in Sagittarius that you realize some truths that you may have stuffed down or that were hidden from you at this time, or you may find that you want to carve a new path. Full moons are definitely a culmination period, and they are definitely the time where you are able to reap the benefits or reap the harvest of the seeds you sown during the new moon. Okay, and so if you want to know more about that new moon, I had a video that I posted about that a little while back, very recently, around the new moon energy. But do know that the full moon energy that is happening on June 11th of the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be offering these new emotional vibes towards something higher, something bigger, for you to open up your mind, broaden your horizons. And this energy is going to be happening for different people in different areas of their life. And so if you are curious about where this particular spirit energy is going to be happening for you, I highly recommend you watching for your rising sign. Okay, and now if you don't know your rising sign, you can definitely watch for your moon sign and then lastly your sun sign. But for the most accurate prediction for where this transit's energy is going to be taking place in your life, I highly suggest watching for your rising sign. Okay, so without further ado, gather your information, tap the appropriate timestamp, and let's go ahead and dive deep. For my fiery and passionate Aries risers, suns, and moons, this energy of the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be taking place in your 9th house of higher learning, higher education, long distance travel, and personal spiritual beliefs. And so this energy of the full moon happening in your 9th house is going to really be offering you a new moment to maybe relocate, or to maybe you may find that this is the time where you are able to seek out a class that you want to take, or this is going to be the time where this is a culmination period. So this is where things are going to start materializing for you. And so you may find that you get an opportunity to move. You are able to have an epiphany, and like an emotional epiphany around your particular spiritual beliefs and your life paths. And these things may jolt you to move in a different direction. They may also have you reevaluating what it is you truly believe in life and where it is you want to be in life, just in general, right? This is also going to be a time where this is the time to finish some long-term projects, especially around publishing, especially around, you know, school or schooling, or maybe a legal matter comes out that is materializing and finalizing in this moment. This is going to be quite a materializing moment in the area around travel, education, your higher learning and beliefs, and your ability to wrap up some goals that you have set for yourself maybe 6 months prior, or even 2 weeks prior during that new moon. Okay, so let me know if this resonates with you. Are you feeling an emotional pull to really seek out your ability to move forward and expand your horizons? Are you looking to teach a new class, or start a new class, or sign up for a new class? Maybe you are really refining what it is you believe in at this time, and it's something that's quite emotional for you. You know, it's not going to just be something that feels, it's not just going to be something that is surface level. This is happening on a deep, like, emotional level in your emotional body. Okay, so let me know if this sounds like you. Also, let me know any of your, let me know some unique planets in your ninth house if you have them, because you know this is going to be different for everyone, and depending on those planets that are in your ninth house, if they are there, it will really color this forecast. Okay, so let me know in the comments below and I'll let you know exactly what you may be experiencing during this transit. Okay, so without further ado, I'm wishing you a happy full moon, a happy culmination period. Seek out broader horizons, really cultivate your personal philosophies and belief systems, and finish those long-term projects at this time. And if you need to let go of any outdated beliefs at this time, this is the time to do it, especially in your ability to go after something bigger, higher, more meaningful, and expansive. You have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm wishing you all the best. Bye. For my sensual Taurus risers, suns, and moons, this energy of the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be taking place in your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, transformation, and debts that you may owe. Okay, and so this is going to be quite a powerful and transformative full moon for you, because this may be a culmination period around your ability to connect with others on a deep level, especially if you are in some intimate relationship or a romantic relationship, and even if you are in a business relationship. You may be letting go of outdated patterns or beliefs around your ability to get intimate or be vulnerable. You know, this is a time to let go so that you are able to propel forward with this full moon in Sagittarius. This may also be giving you a certain sense of optimism around this area of your life. You know, what you may have related to a fear, you may find that during this full moon becomes somewhat of a hopeful optimism around this area of life, you know, especially around your intimate bonds and your ability to let go. You may find that the person in front of you that is challenging this within you, you may actually come to find and say, you know what, I think this person is worthy of that. I'm feeling hopeful of that, you know. This is also going to be an area and an energy of your life of transformation. So you may find that through the seeds that were sown during the new moon, and the new moon happened maybe 2 weeks prior to this transit. You know, if you followed my manifestation video for the new moon transit that I posted a little while back, you may have found that whatever you had been working on 2 weeks prior and somewhat maybe even 6 months prior, that this is going to be a full culmination around this area. You know, maybe you have been trying to get your taxes and your debts under control. Maybe you've been trying to get into a very deep relationship with someone and really solidify the bond. And this is going to be that culmination period where you find expansion in this particular area of your life, which then provides transformation. There's going to be a big transformation around your intimate bonds, your debts, your taxes, your resources, and your ability to move forward in life. And so this is quite an optimistic time for you, and you're going to be feeling this on an emotional level, but it's going to require you to seek broader horizons spiritually, emotionally. You know, this is the time to seek beyond, okay, to go further. All right, so that you grow, so that you change, so that you evolve, especially around your taxes, your debts, your sexual intimate bonds, you know, the money that you owe, things of that nature. Don't fear, let go at this time. Let go, be courageous, be hopeful, be optimistic. All right, and like I said, you may also be finding that this is just a culmination period where everything you've been working towards up until now is coming to fruition in this particular area of life. All right, so let me know if this resonates with you. Also, let me know in the comments below if you have any special planets that are natally in your 8th house, because that would also color this analysis. And when you do that, I'll write back to you and let you know exactly what this full moon may be offering you at this time, okay? But this is quite an optimistic time for you. I want you to let go, really trust in the unknown, really trust in your vision for betterment and, you know, expansion in that particular area of life. And it is through you chasing it, through you going after it, through you letting go with sheer blind optimism and faith, you will be finding expansion in this particular area of life, and it will be providing you some transformation as well, it being in your 8th house. So without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my inquisitive and communicative Gemini suns, risers, and moons, this energy of the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be happening in your 7th house of partnerships, okay, and your relationships and your social world. All right, and so this full moon transit going into your Sagittarius 7th house is going to be offering you some clarity within your relationships. All right, this may be the time where you really start to see people for who they are. You start to see what your relationships actually are in the most real sense. You know, some truths and revelations are going to be happening within your social world and in your social dynamics. This may also be the time where this full moon is emotionally pushing you to seek out broader pastures within your social world. You know, maybe you are looking for new business partners or a new romantic partner, or you're just seeking to be a bit more social at this time. This is going to be that time where emotionally this full moon is going to be pushing you towards that, you know, expansion in your social world. You may be having to make some bold decisions about the people in your life at this time. You know, this may also be the time with the full moon, because remember, the full moon is a culmination period of what you've been working for 2 weeks prior within that new moon. All right, and I have a video on my channel explaining what that new moon was all about. And then, you know, from that point all the way till now, this will be a culmination period where you are seeing some fruits of your labor since then. Okay, and so with this full moon in Sagittarius, you may find that some things are solidifying within your social world. You know, maybe you get into a new partnership, or you are making some bold decisions as far as like locking down a partner or locking down a business partner. Right? This is going to be that time for you where some things are definitely going to be coming to fruition for you within your social world, but it's going to really emotionally inspire you and charge you to move from a place of optimism and to be very, very clear on the truth about what's in front of you relationship-wise or social-wise. So I'm really curious to know what that is for you all out there. You know, it's going to be different things for different people, especially depending on the planets that are in your 7th house. But is there anything in your immediate environment right now, especially socially, that's calling for you to, you know, take charge and to make some bold decisions and to really realize the truth of the matter relationally? You know, let me know in the comments below. But this looks like quite an expansive time for you within your social world, and let me know if this resonates with you. I'm wishing you a happy full moon, and you take care and be blessed. Bye. My sweet and sensitive Cancer risers, suns, and moons, this energy of the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be taking place in your house of work, service, you know, your daily habits. This is going to be the 6th house for you, okay? And so this is going to be all around what you do on the daily, you know, your structure, your routines. Now, the full moon transit in astrology has all to do with this is a culmination period. You know, this is a time for illumination and release, and especially in that particular area of life and in that sign. And for you, that's in your 6th house of Sagittarius. And so there may be a big culmination period happening for you within your schedule, within your routine, within your work, within your habits. This is going to be the time where maybe you are needing to outgrow old habits that keep you stagnant within your career life, or within your habits in life, or within your health or your diet or your fitness. You know, this is going to be the time where you may also be finding that this is a culmination period, right? This is a culmination moon, you know. And what I mean by that is this may be the time where you might start to see some things materialize within your work, within your career life, within your habits, within your health, that were planted 2 weeks prior during that new moon. And if you're curious about that new moon transit that recently happened, I posted a video very recently about it, so go check that out on my channel. But do know that this is a culmination of the work you've set forward, of the seeds you've sown 2 weeks prior during that new moon. Okay, and so with this energy of your, what is it? And I believe your new moon was, but do know that this is a time for you where you may see some changes happening within your career life, or within your habits, within your daily goals, and it's gonna emotionally have you facing the truth of the matter. You know, maybe you are coming to the realization that, hey, I have been a bit lazy, I have been slacking off a little bit, or I have been overgiving in this particular career and they're just not valuing me here, so I need to go elsewhere. This is gonna really charge you to use your optimistic way, your faith and optimism, to go in a new direction or to expand this area of light. But it's first going to have you realizing some hard truths, and it's going to be quite illuminating. Remember, the full moons are illuminating, and it's also equally a time of release. And so through your illumination, through you having an epiphany around your particular habits, your diet, your fitness, the way your career is going, you may then say, okay, I think I'm going to release that, let that go, and move on to bigger and better, to higher pastures, things that can expand my health, things that can expand my work and service, things that can expand my career and my daily life, right? So this is what is going to be happening for you at this time. And you may also find that this could be the time of culmination. So if you had been working on some things and manifesting some things around this area of your life, you may see some energy coming to you through your career. Maybe you get an opportunity for a new job. Maybe you are getting a new job. Maybe you land a new opportunity within your work. Maybe you gain some new clientele during this energy. You know, this is going to be that. Maybe you find a great fitness routine that just works for you and you're starting to see the results. You see, this is going to be that type of full moon for you in Sagittarius. All right, so go forth and prosper in this area. It looks like quite a great time to be all you can be within your schedules, within your diet, within your health, so that you can go forth and prosper within your career and become as successful as you're meant to be. All right, so let me know if this resonates with you. Are you starting a new diet? Are you seeing results of a new diet? Are you starting a new job and you're seeing the fruits of the labor and the feelers you would put out for that opportunity, and now you're seeing those opportunities come to you career-wise? Let me see. Well, let me know in the comments below. But I'm wishing you a happy full moon. All right, go forth and prosper. Realize those tough truths and have them charge you up so that you let certain things and outdated beliefs and patterns go, so that you can excel within your diet, your health, your fitness, and your routines. All right, so without further ado, I am wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my attention grabbing Leo risers, suns, and moons, this particular transit of the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be taking place in your 5th house of love, dating, romance, creativity, and children if you have them, okay, or want them. And so this energy is going to be offering you a new turning point within your romantic relationships in life, you know, or a present romantic relationship that you have could be taking a turning point, maybe for the good or for the bad. You could be letting it go. You could be realizing tough truths within this moment about a certain person or a relationship that you have. Now, these tough emotional truths may also be given to you within your relationship to your hobbies, you know, or to your particular artistic streak, or the things that you do for artistic nature, or your self-expression, you know, and these things may need refining or changing. You may also see a culmination period around this area of life as well. So whatever you've sowed the seeds of 2 weeks prior during the new moon, or what you've been working towards prior to this full moon here, you're going to be seeing a culmination period. You're going to be seeing the harvest of what you've been working towards, okay? And so you may be seeing a new turning point within a relationship. A romantic, you know, friend or a romantic partner may come to you and tell you, hey, I want to really lock it down with you, or I think that we should separate, right? But do know that the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be offering you the chance to seek out expansion in this area of life. So whatever the outcome, do know the expansion is the purpose, right? Expansion will be the result of this. And so whether it be you realizing tough truths that you got to let go as far as it relates to your romantic partners and whatnot, in letting it go, you may find that you are able to dive deeper into your creative self-expression, or you're able to find a little bit more creativity, or you're able to find a new partner. You know, this is going to be that time for you around your fun life as well. All right, so have as much fun as possible. You may just be finding, hey, I just want to have fun. This is a time where I've been working, I've been slaving away, I've been focused on this, I've been focused on that. Maybe I do need to put a little bit more energy into my dating and romantic life. Maybe I do need to put a little bit more energy into my fun in life and calling up my friends to go out and have a drink. It can be something as simple as that with the full moon in Sagittarius in the 5th house, where you just say, you know what? This is my summer. This is my time. I'm ready to go out and have a bit more fun in life, right? I'm ready to create. I'm ready to put myself out there creatively, you see? So this is going to be that energy for you with this full moon. And I'm wishing you all the best, because it is going to be providing you some expansion in this area. I'm really curious to know for different people out there what this energy in this 5th house will be offering you, because, you know, we are all on different paths, and this energy is going to be triggering and lighting up different energies within our particular like birth charts and what we experience personally. So let me know in the comments below what you are feeling, what you are experiencing in your present full moon with this energy. Are you feeling a little bit like, hey, you know what, I do need to have a little bit more fun? Or are you realizing that that person you've been talking to, that you actually like that person? I think you want to date that person. You know, let me know. It could be different for everyone, okay? But it's definitely an illuminating period for you. It's definitely a moment of truth, letting go, seeking higher horizons in that particular area of life. And I am wishing you all the best. Much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed, all right? Bye. For my perfect Virgo risers, suns, and moons, this energy is going to be taking place in your 4th house of home and family. Now, the full moon in Sagittarius is really going to trigger and highlight some shifts within your home life. You know, this could be a move. This could be within the family dynamic that you are in. Maybe there's some relational dynamics that are happening that shifts the home, or that shifts the energy within your home, right? This could even be something as simple as you are redecorating or rearranging the furniture, or simply moving. But do know that as it relates to your home life, this is going to be quite an illuminating period. You know, something may shift, some truths may come to light around your living experience or the family dynamic in which you are in, and it's going to really require that you kind of let go, and it's going to require that you let go and seek beyond outdated truths or patterns or beliefs around your home life. It's also going to be asking that you wrap up some chapters within your home life, you know, wrapping up some things that are outdated, putting some closure on some things that may have been keeping you back from the expansion within your home life, you know, and what that will be different things for different people. But, you know, this is going to be quite a moment where some truths and revelations are going to be coming out around your home life dynamic and your relationship to it. And whatever those truths may be, you may have to find that you need to acquire a bit more faith, a little bit more optimism, and your ability to seek out broader pastures, okay, in your home life, all right? Now, this is also going to be something that's happening in your inner emotional world. You know, the 4th house isn't just your outer home, it's your inner emotional home as well. And this may also be some things that trigger you, especially with the full moon in the 4th house. It's like moon on moon energy, where you are internally realizing some truths about yourself and your emotional state and your belief systems and what it is that you truly want. And, you know, this could be a moment where, in facing those emotional truths within you, that you are able to break forth new emotional energy within you, new emotional, you know, safe energy, or feeling of good vibes within yourself, within your heart, within your soul, you know. So this is a time of realizing things, to put it short, especially in your home, your family, and your inner emotional world, all right? So let me know if there are any unique planets within your 4th house, okay? Let me know, because that would really color this analysis. And when you do that, I will write back to you what exactly this full moon is going to be offering you. But do know that this is quite a culmination period. And whatever you've been working towards, whatever you've been working forward to home-wise, especially 2 weeks prior during that new moon, this is going to be coming through for you within your home life, okay? This could be, like I said, you could have put out some applications for a new home, you could be shopping around for a new apartment to live in, and you get the opportunity during this moment. You may be finding that someone may move out of your home. If you're a mother or a father, or you have a family unit, someone may move out, one of the children may leave, all right? You may find that someone in the family dynamic has something going on that fate has you facing truths in life about something, you know, that shifts the family dynamic. It's going to be different things for different people depending on those planets that are in your 4th house, all right? So let me know what they are. I'll write back to you exactly what that may mean for you, but I'm wishing you a happy full moon. You be blessed, be prosperous, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. For my fair and graceful Libra risers, suns, and moons, this full moon transit is going to be happening in your 3rd house of Sagittarius, all right? The 3rd house is all to do with your communication skills, you know, your ability to connect with your neighborhood or the neighbors around you. This is also your relationship dynamic with your siblings, if you have them. And, of course, short distance travel. And by short distance travel, I mean, you know, just a few miles radius outside of your neighborhood, okay? Or, you know, from work all the way back is a short distance travel for you, okay? And so, with this energy, this is going to be quite an illuminating moment for you. You know, you may find that this could be a moment in time where you are coming to some mental clarity around some things, maybe a belief, situation with your siblings, maybe some clarity around your neighbors, right? This could also be some clarity around your personal truths and what you believe in, and you could be making some decisions that may shift your trajectory, all right? You could be making some bold decisions that through letting go an outdated way of thinking or broadening your way of thinking and learning something more, it's gonna shift your direction in life, all right? You may even have a big conversation with someone that shifts your destiny or that moves you in a new direction of life. This is gonna also be quite a culminating period for you. So whatever seeds you have been sowing for the past 2 weeks prior to this transit within that new moon, this is going to be the time where you really do see the harvest of that, where you are able to see the materialization of that. All right, so definitely go back and check out that new moon video that I posted. I think it was the new moon in Gemini. All right, and so whatever was percolating in your new moon in Gemini and the seeds you've sown during then, right, go check that video out. 2 weeks up until now, you're going to be seeing the manifestation of that energy, whatever you've been working on, whatever seeds you've sown, and it's going to be coming through your siblings, it's going to be coming through your relationship with your neighbors and your communication skills. You may also find that this could be the time where you are wrapping up some projects that allow you to learn something new, or to teach something new, or to write something and have it be communicated from you. This would be that time for you. So this is quite a time for you to really reflect internally and really say, what do I believe and what is holding me back from expansion in the area of communication, in the area of my belief systems, in the area of how I get along with my neighbors and the people around me and my siblings, okay? Because you may be finding that through you really having this emotional epiphany around your belief systems, that it's going to motivate you to move on to bigger and better, or to expand this area of life, all right, for you, okay? So this is going to be different things for different people, and I will only know what that particularly is for you if you let me know the planets that are in your third house, because that would highlight some new experiences. Let me know in the comments below and I'll write back to you what exactly could be going on for you. But this is definitely going to be coming up through your siblings, your neighbors, your communication skills. You may have a big conversation with someone, you may teach a new seminar, you may write a new book, you may have, a heart-to-heart with someone, and it shifts everything, all right? So have a happy full moon. I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my mysterious and powerful Scorpio risers, suns, and moons, this energy of the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be taking place in your second house of finances, self-worth and values, and material possessions, okay? And so this is going to be quite a time for you to really be having a shift in your personal values. This is going to be the time where you may have an emotional realization about certain patterns, certain beliefs that you have around your money story in life. This is going to be a time where you really are going to need to release outdated patterns so that you can make more money. You may be taking risks in money at this time, or you may be seeking out better money opportunities that provide you a bit more stability and financial security at this time. And so in order to do that, though, you're going to need to let go of whatever is holding you back. Whatever stories, whatever beliefs, whatever philosophies you have around money that's keeping you small in that area, or stagnant in that area, or not happy in that area. This full moon is going to challenge you to release it. It's going to challenge you to let it go. Now, this could also be a harvest period for you as well within your money in life, because the full moon is a moon of culmination. This is where you start to see materialization of whatever seeds you've sown 2 weeks prior in your new moon. And so if you are curious as to what that new moon offered you, definitely check out the video on my channel, the new moon in Gemini video that I posted very recently. But whatever was sown during that time for you, whatever seeds were sown during that time, up until now, you will see the culmination of that energy happening within your money. Okay, this is what's going to be transpiring for you at this time. You may also find that it requires you to really face yourself within your personal confidence, within your self-worth, okay? Whatever outdated beliefs you've been having around your confidence, within your self-worth, this may be the time where you're like, what? That limiting belief or that philosophy that I have about who I am and what my worth is no longer no longer worthy. It's no longer working. It's no longer jiving. It's hindering my ability to be all that I can be and to make more money, because what a lot of people don't know is that your self-worth is attached to your money. Okay, and so you may find that through you refining, reworking some of these beliefs around your self-worth, that it then motivates you and charges you up to then be confident enough to do what needs to be done so that you can make more money. You see, so this is that type of full moon for you at this time. Let me know if you are feeling that stir in your spirit to really get clear on your self-worth and your values, or if you are in this moment letting go of some things, you're having to face some things in your heart of hearts around your money story and, like, you know, what your connection to money is, right? But what I do know, it's going to challenge you to seek beyond. It's going to challenge you to take a risk. It's going to challenge you to formulate some new philosophies around your money in life, because for you, out of anyone in the zodiac, your beliefs are your anchor to money. What you believe is going to be the measure of your money in this lifetime. Okay, so the more you believe, the more abundant and optimistic you are in life, the more money you will attract, you being a Sagittarius second houser. Okay, so without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best on this happy full moon in Sagittarius. Be blessed, be prosperous, and you take care. Bye. For my adventurous and philosophical Sagittarius risers, suns, and moons, this energy of the full moon is going to be taking place in your first house of you. This is your lunation. You are the star of the show in this here transit, okay? And so this is going to be offering you a culmination period of the self. This is going to be the time where new chapters are being encouraged within your sense of who you show up as in the world, all right? This is going to be a new moment, a new story around you letting go of old beliefs that hold you back from your expansion in life. You know, you could be holding on to old stories, old situations, old chapters, old beliefs, and these things are going to be challenging you to let it go. This transit is going to be challenging you to let it go, to release it, so that you can expand further, so that you can seek out broader horizons, so that your life path can continue to move forward in a little bit more of an expansive route. All right, so this is quite an expansive time for you. You may find you're changing your style. You may find that you are changing your belief systems. You may find that your overall life is just changing. You're moving into a little bit of a different trajectory in life, right? Maybe your life is changing, maybe you're moving, maybe you're going somewhere else, right? But whatever it may be, a change is definitely on the horizon for you. And I want to know if during this moment you are starting to see those changes, if you're starting to feel that in your spirit or in your gut that, hey, I do need to let go of some of these things that are preventing me from really stepping into the world in my totality, okay? Because that is what this full moon transit is going to be offering you at this time. Okay, so this is quite your transit, and I want you to use it to the best of its ability. All right, also let me know if there are any unique planets within your first house. Okay, let me know if there are any new unique points within your first house, because that will definitely trigger and flavor this prediction in a different fashion. And let me know in the comments below what they are, so that I can write back to you how to guide you forward on what you might be experiencing during this full moon. But for you, this is a happy and abundant full moon for you. It really, really is. You know, it being in your first house is going to really, really be challenging you to use your optimism and your ability to expand. That is you. That is your life lesson to begin with as a Sagittarius riser. You are supposed to always be someone that is moving on to bigger and better and being led by sheer faith and optimism in life. And this full moon may require you to go a little bit deeper in that, so that you find more expansion and alignment within your life path, okay? And so without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my ambitious Capricorn risers, suns, and moons, this energy of the full moon transit into Sagittarius is going to be taking place in your 12th house of spiritual connection, isolation, long distance travel, and seclusion. And so this is going to be a moment where you are being asked to really, really purge and let go of some old emotional baggage, or some subconscious trauma, or some things that have been weighing you down and bogging you down in the recesses of your mind and your heart and your psychological state. Okay, this may also be a time where you are needing to reformulate some beliefs around your psychological state, you know, or your spiritual connection. Okay, because it is in you releasing it and formulating some new some new beliefs and philosophies around these things things, that you're going to find expansion in this area. This may also be a culmination period for you as well, because remember, not only is the full moon an illuminating moment for you and a letting go period, it is also a culmination, meaning that things start to materialize in this moment, and they start to materialize from the seeds you've sown 2 weeks prior within that new moon. So if you are curious as to what that new moon offered you, go ahead and check that video out on my channel. It's the new moon in Gemini video, and whatever was happening in your new moon in Gemini transit, it's going to be coming through your 12th house at this time, through your full moon here. Okay, and so with this 12th house, you may find that this is a time for you to reflect, take a step back, breathe, isolate a little bit in the most healthiest sense, just in your need to kind of let some things go. And then you're going to find that once this transit passes, you are able to find a little bit more expansion in the mind. Okay, so this may just be your reflection period. This may just be a time where you are seeking out therapy, where you are having to go behind the scenes and just work on you for a little bit, just for the duration of this transit. It won't be here long, but this is going to be that time for you. You may also be finding that you are emotionally pulled to not only take care of your psychological state, but for you to also connect with something bigger, to connect with something beyond. And that may require you to kind of take a step back and relax and slow down a little bit. Okay, so without further ado, let me know if this resonates with you. Also, let me know if there are any unique planets within your 12th house, because that would also color this analysis. And when you do that, I'll write back to you what exactly that can mean for you within this very, nebulous transit for you, because it is quite nebulous going into the 12th house. All right, but without further ado, I'm wishing you a happy full moon in Sagittarius. You have a beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. For my unique and progressive Aquarius riser, suns, and moons, this full moon transit of full moon of Sagittarius is going to be happening in your 11th house of your future dreams, goals, and wishes, and your communities and friends. And so this may be a time with this full moon where you are realizing certain truths around your long-term goals and dreams in life. And by long-term dreams, I mean the dreams that you have had since you were a kid, and you said, in 30 years I want to be there, or I want to do this, I want to have that. You may be finding that this is a time to either reinvigorate those dreams, or to let go certain beliefs around those dreams that are keeping you stagnant or keeping you stuck, right? This may also bleed over into your social world. There may be some shifts in your friendships. You may be finding there's some revelations and some clarity and some truths being offered to you through the communities that you're a part of, or the friendships that you have in life. There's definitely going to be a shift in this area of your friendships and the communities in which you are a part of at this time. And so with this energy, you are going to also find that this is a time to reconnect to those aspirations that you had since you were a child, since you were a kid, especially professionally, or just, in your overall legacy of life and where you see yourself 20, 30 years from now. This is going to be the time where maybe you need to reconnect to those aspirations, all right? And that's going to require you to face some maybe tough truths, or for you to let go of outdated patterns or outdated goals that no longer serve who you are now today, or even outdated friends that are preventing you from getting to those goals. All right, remember, you with your 11th house, and with anyone's 11th house for that matter, you are only as successful as the 5 people around you. And you being an Aquarius riser, you have to really be cognizant of the people in which you are around and the people that you pander to, okay? Because if not, the very people that you are pandering to, if they are not aligned with you, if they are not able to grasp the things that you are saying or offering, you are going to be kind of taken down with that. Does that make sense? Okay, you are only as successful as the people around you, and it's very clear, it's very, very imperative for you as an Aquarius riser with that Sagittarius in your 11th house that you be cognizant of the people around you. Ask yourself, if the people in my boat, are they helping me row my boat to my dreams, or are they poking holes in it? Because if the answer is the latter, especially during this full moon, this is the time where you may need to pivot and immerse yourself in a more aligned community, or a better group of friends, or take a step back from people and say, you know what, I think it's time for me to really reinvigorate my aspirations that I've had for myself for quite a while and go towards them. Okay, so that is what's going to be transpiring for you for this full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, let me know what particular special planets you may have in your 12th house, your 11th house, because that will really alter this analysis a little bit. It may color it a little bit, all right? Let me know in the comments below and I'll guide you forward within that. But I'm wishing you a happy full moon in Sagittarius, and I will see you on the next video. For my ethereal and spiritual Pisces risers, suns, and moons, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to be taking place in your 10th house of public image and career life. And so this may be offering you a shift in your career life, a change in job, a change in how you are seen within the public or your public reputation within your career. Okay, and so this may be a time for you to take bold action. This may also be a time for you to really reformulate your philosophies around your career life and what it is you feel is truly worthy of your time, your energy, and your service in life. All right, like I said, this may be a time where things are shifting within your career. You may need to jump ship and go out and do something else or move in a different direction, or you may just be finding this is an elevation moment within your career life. All right, so without further ado, let me know if this resonates with you, okay? But do also know that it's different things for different people, and I'll only know exactly what's happening for you if you let me know your planets that are in your 12th house, okay? So without further ado, I am wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye.